Definitely love seeing all that sunshine. Thank you, Aaron. Well, new this morning, to keep everyone safe as they head out this morning, we have a special guest that has some tips for you.
So let's go right over to Weekend News anchor Imani Williams to introduce him.
Classes get underway for many school districts across Region 8 this morning and this week. Joining us in the studio this morning is Jonesboro Police Chief Rick Elliott. How are you doing this morning?
Hey, doing well. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So, like I said, some people are heading out to the school buses or just school in general. Can they expect to see more police presence in those school zones, just making sure everybody's being safe this morning?
Absolutely. The first week of school, we always try to have extra officers in the areas because we know the congestion is going to be heavy. People have been out of the routine for several months, and so we just want that increased officer presence, and we want to make sure that the morning commute and getting your child to school in a safe manner is important.
And we kind of talked about walkers, people that are getting on the bus. What are some safety tips for those students that maybe get on the bus this morning or walking to school?
Well, let's start with bus riders. So if your child is a bus rider, we would hope that before the first day of school that you have walked with your child from your residence to the bus stop, so they'll know which path they need to take to get to that stop. And we want to make sure that route's a safe route. Once you get the route, then you want to instruct your child on where to stand upon waiting on the arrival of the bus. Not too close to the curb, a good 5 feet or more away from the curb. That way when the bus pulls up, you know, we have big mirrors hanging off the buses. We don't want to take any chance of, child accidentally get clipped by the bus or anything else. And sometimes kids get to horsing around and may accidentally get in traffic. So just that extra distance away from the bus. Once the bus comes to a complete stop, your child needs to wait on the driver to open the doors and then motion for them to come on board the bus.
Okay.
So once they're on the bus, just follow the driver's instructions so they get you to the school, and then they'll instruct you when to unload. During the learning phase, especially younger children, maybe their first year to ride a bus, go over the bus numbers, or if the school uses some kind of a character to identify that student's bus, make sure your child completely understands how to identify the bus they need to get on coming and going from school.
Now, let's say we're in a school zone and, I don't know, they don't obey the law, they drive too fast, or they're not stopping for students. What happens to someone that does something like that?
Well, if they violate the law and not paying attention in the school zone, then they'll get a chance to visit one of our officers and have that encounter to start their morning off. And our goal is to gain compliance, and so we would hope that one, you would not do that, but two, if you do create that infraction of the law, then you'll be ticketed.
Just anything else that you think you want to add on as people are headed out to school this week? Well,
sure. As school starts, for those that are driving, from the moment you get up, make sure your day is planned way ahead, that you have plenty of time to get to school. The first week of school is always going to be hectic. Traffic's going to be real heavy. Make sure you plan accordingly, have enough time you leave your house to get to school, that you're not rushed. Because once you get rushed and impatient, then bad things happen. So make sure you plan accordingly. Make sure your child has their things together, ready to go. And then while you're en route to school, just obey the laws. Once you get in that school zone, obey the school zone laws that are posted. You'll have reduced speed. Stay off your device. No texting. Stay off the phone. Pay attention. Kids, sometimes get out of cars and they will dart maybe in between cars or whatever. So always be mindful of. There could be that sudden surprise of a child doing something that he or she shouldn't be doing. But and then we also suggest that when you do pull up to school, there are designated loading and unloading zones that you wait till you get to that area to let your child out of the car or back into the car at the end of the day.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We hope that you all have a safe and great first week of school.
Well, thank you, Imani, and of course, a thank you to Jonesboro Police Chief Rick Elliott. That was some great advice this morning, Macy.
Yeah, definitely was some great advice, and we'll have another special guest tomorrow right here on Good Morning Region 8.
It's a deep tease. I love it.